Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good day today. I was. Then I had to deal with the bank, and well, like anything, when you deal with the bank, and they're not giving you money or something, it's not a good day. So I just have to wait until Wednesday, hopefully. Hey, Ray. Good to see you too, buddy. Hey, Kim. Yeah, I just deleted that like you asked me to, Kim. So yeah, I had to go down and deal with KeyBank. I'm having a issue with my account. They're investigating it for some reason, which I don't know. I don't know about Kim, but I'm doing good. Pretty much had a relaxing day today for once. So yeah, it's nice to have a relaxing day. I don't get those often. Maybe one every 5 years. Or at least that's what it seems like. Even though I don't have to work anymore, man, you'd be surprised at how busy not working gets when you're trying to help out friends. No worries. Yeah, I've been trying to do that too, Kim, and doesn't always work. But I've been trying to do it in a relaxing manner for once, not putting a whole lot of pressure on me. Uh, well, Ray, I'm thinking of moving to Ohio. Haven't quite decided if it's going to be Ohio or down there, but I'm leaning more towards Ohio right now. Seems to be where my gut is telling me I need to be, and usually that's I like to think it's God's way of telling me to go somewhere. That's true, Kim. And if you don't, you end up getting burned out at whatever you're doing. I've helped a lot of people out over the years and gotten burned out being a minister and everything because, well, I did everything when everybody else wanted it, and it drove me crazy and burned me out. Yeah, right. But it's cold winters up here, right? Really cold winters. But we could be snowbirds, move to Ohio in the summer and spring, move down in the fall and winter. But yeah, it's from what I hear Ohio, and have seen, Ohio's a lot like around where I'm at, and it's beautiful in the winter. Yeah, that would be cool. All of us hanging out together. That would be awesome. But it takes you a while to get used to the winters, Ray. I've been up here since '87. Granted, more off than on, but I'm still not used to the winters. And now that I got metal on my body, man, do they hurt because of the cold. Yeah, SDA too. That'd be an awesome thing. And yeah, it gets cold anyway, I guess. But up here, the temperatures get well -10, -20, and when you factor in the wind chill, you're looking at around -30 degrees. It gets cold up here. Sometimes in the winter, it gets real cold, and we just deal with it. Yeah, but it would. It'd be like our own little community of support, which I think it'd be cool. That you do. That you do. When I was in the military, I was stationed at Fort Bragg, and man, you needed insect repellent big time. Back then, mosquitoes didn't bite me, but now they seem to like me. I think it'd be cool. Me, you, Ray, SDA, BW, we could all live right down there and have our own little community. We'd have to get Night Owl to join us too. Gee. And we'd have to get Kimberly. That's 7 people. That's a community right there. If it's one of the newer ones, you can wash them with no problem. But if it's one of the older ones, you have to have it dry cleaned. Just don't dry it in a dryer. Hang it up somewhere to dry. It it wasn't such a nice place when I was down there. Oh yeah, we'd have to get Cushy too. So that's 8 right there. That's definitely a community. We get a bunch of good people together in a community. Gee, we could really have fun. My hair's sticking up all over today. Yeah, Cushy is awesome. Mm. Arizona sweet tea. It's good stuff right there. Well, I try to be as kind and as nice as I can be. Some days it's easier than others. Then again, with some people, it's a lot easier than others. Ray, I'm the same way. As long as they leave me alone, as long as they leave Kim alone, they can come at me all they want. As long as they leave BW alone, they can come at me all they want. I don't care. I'll take the hits. I'm like a human tank. You can come at me all day and I'll laugh it off. Same here. But when I've had get my belly fill, well, I tend to be more proactive in my approach to handling issues. Like Nick and Traders are past the week for BW. Haven't heard anything. And they're coming up on a week for Kim, so it ought to be pretty interesting. But what they say about you, Ray? Because I know they gotta be talking crap about me, and I don't care. But what they say about you, if you don't mind me asking? Well, that's awfully grown up and big of you, Kim. But it still matters to me because, well, people I care about, when people talk smack about them, and it's not true, I tend to want to, how shall we say, teach the people the correct way to be humans because and to be adults because evidently mommy and daddy forgot to or were too busy to teach them common decency and common respect. So I tend to be more hands-on when teaching those lessons. I don't know, Chef, or this Mama T, but I mean, the young kids have a saying, haters are going to hate. And I like the easier saying that keyboard tough guys are going to be keyboard tough guys. Traders, I haven't followed. She used to be in BW's chat once in a while. She came over to mine years ago. I haven't really followed her, but I'm going to look into her, and I'm going to look into her deep because, well, I want to know why someone's doing something, and then try to teach them the appropriate way of being. Yeah, Ray, from what I hear, what traders did was there's long, there's next level long, and then there's insanely long. And well, from what I gather, what traders did to Kim makes insanely long look right. That's how messed up it was. Really, first met her on BW's site. And a friendship has blossomed since then. Yes, I can't stand hypocrites. I'm the type of person that if I don't like you, I'm going to be straight up. Hey, I don't like you. Here's the reason why, and move on. But I'll always be polite in front of people in public. If we have mutual friends, I'm going to be polite for the sake of our friends out of respect. But that's just me. So, how have you guys been today? That's right, Ray. Kim's too sweet to be the devil. Me, I can be nice, I can be sweet, but get on my bad side and, well, you'd wish to God that it was just the devil after you. We all make mistakes, Kim. We all do. Well, that's in the Torah, but the thing is, if they don't have the New Testament, and if you think about it, in dreams, numbers are usually flipped around and backwards. You know, they're turned upside down and they're written backwards. So 666, if you flip it and write it forwards, would be 999, which is the exact bill right now, UN bill 999.9 is the exact bill that the UN is trying to pass on every country that's in the UN, and it would make it where the UN is the supreme governing body of all the countries. They would no longer have any government. It would all be the UN, and they would all have to use the UN currency. Yep, the New World Order, and not from WCW's NWO. But yeah, they're trying to implement it now. There's a House bill on the, I think it's a House bill right now that's got three nines in it, but it's not consecutive. And the bill, hang on, who is it? Come in. Yeah, me too, Kim. But you know, I don't know. because it's getting pretty bad out there. You read the Bible and read Revelations and then look at what's going on. It's getting pretty bad. Like I missed him coming back, and this is the tribulation, or it's getting close. Well, not the Illuminati, but it's a group similar to that. They call themselves the G20 group, and they're the ones that truly make the decisions behind what governments do. They control the money, they control a lot of Hollywood and a lot of the music industry. And that's what they use as propaganda for whatever they want. Soros is a member of them. That's true, Kim. That's pretty much all we can do. And yes, some people call them the Illuminati, but that's not a name they like to use. When Soros started getting involved in stuff openly, I started, well, digging into him, and I did a little hacking that I wasn't supposed to do. And well, nothing is private if you know a back door into Google, is all I'm going to say there. Yeah, they're a part of it, big time. They're not a main part of it, they're a big part of it. Oh yeah, they keep, it's like a hydra. If you cut off one head, two more sprout up somewhere. But America's been pretty good at cutting all the heads off at one shot, and it takes it a little bit longer to grow. If I wanted to, yes, it's really not that hard. You can even pay. There's websites that you can pay, and they'll get everything the person did from a certain age until present. Right? It's really crazy. Yeah, we got somebody looking because it says I got three people in here now, and there's only you, me, and Kim Maples. So if they count me, then that would be three. No, not from YouTube. I'm talking, I can get your exact street address and phone number and all the phone numbers you've ever had, any places you've ever lived, any of that. Ray, it's really, really, really disturbing how easy it is to get someone's information and look them up. All you gotta do is on one page, type in the parameters that you're looking for, go down, fill out your information, your credit card number or debit card number, and all the information for that, and then hit continue, and it'll process, and boom, you'll get a list of all people with that name. You click on the right one, and it'll pull up everything about that person. I mean, everything. It'll pull up where they lived when they were a kid. It'll pull up who their relatives are, where they live. It's insane. No way, I don't. Because, well, I only do stuff like that to people who are shall we say, not nice people. And I always try to talk with the people first so that I can know generally if they're a good person or a bad person. And I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt when I first come around them. Well, see, that's the bad part, Ray, is that they will get your information, but then they'll also use it against your child or anyone in your home. You could have a girlfriend, a wife, and they'll use anything. If they think they can apply pressure, they'll use it against you. Well, I thank you, Ray, but I don't need it. I can pretty much tell the type of people that I talk to and that are around me. For some reason, I tend to have a really good ability of reading people. Yeah, they would learn it. I like to call it fuck around and find out. And you know, Kim, I've been doing that a lot recently too. The last 8, 9 years, I've been trying to see the best of people first. But the problem is there's just too many people that will act one way, and then when they think that you're comfortable and you're vulnerable, their true colors will come out in a heartbeat. And then what? Then people are screwed. Well, they like to think that people are screwed, but doesn't always happen. So, yeah, right, like they did Kim. They acted one way, they acted like they were her friend, and then their real character, their real motives came out. And that never stops. Yeah, you probably won't, Kim, and that's not a bad thing. Honestly, that's not a bad thing. Being as good hearted as you are, honestly, I wish we could all be that good hearted. Yes, she does, Ray. Yes, she does. Yeah, he is, Kim. He seems like one of the good ones on these YouTube streets, as BW would say. Me, I just try to help out as much as I can, and well, I'm not necessarily always a nice guy. Thank you, Ray, very much so. I appreciate you both. There we go. Now my hair's staying down. Well, I thank you, Kim. Like I said, I try to help people out, but sometimes, well, you get a bunch of knuckleheads, and sometimes the only way they'll listen is if you use your knuckle on their heads to flatten out some of those bumps. That's all we can be, right? Just straight, just be who we are, and what comes down, and we move on. It's a lot easier to just to be real, to keep it 100. As kids say nowadays, keep it 100. Than it is to be fake. I mean, if you keep it straight up and honest, you don't have to remember whatever lie you told 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago or 100, 200 people ago. You just don't have to remember it because it's the truth. It comes naturally. That's funny, Kim. That's what happens, right? That's what happens when people are fake. Eventually, the mask slips and the demon is revealed.
Well, hello.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Tried my best.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
It's, what's that?
as soon as you asked me, I downloaded. As soon as you asked me to take that down, I downloaded Studio and deleted it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just know how people are on YouTube, and yeah, that would not have been a good thing. They hold that kind of stuff against you. Look what
Oh
happened to
yeah,
Betty, right? You know?
yep, yep. I'm actually waiting on that. I'm actually waiting on someone to swap me
Why is that?
because then if they swap me and me being a multiple Medal of Honor awardee, multiple Purple Heart with Cluster awardee, as well as a bunch of other medals, it makes it a federal hate crime.
Oh, I see.
So if they swap me, I can go after them with federal charges, and I can slap a federal lawsuit on them,
Mm. Well, I like to see them
which
try.
which basically means I get to take whatever's theirs.
Right. Well, they'd be awfully stupid to try to do that, but it
Yeah,
would be
but
awfully funny, you
it would
know.
be.
to
It
Yeah,
would be very, very funny
I would
considering
enjoy it.
all the cops know me. And if they did it when I
Right.
was live, I would deliberately stay live just to show everybody how stupid that the people were and I know a lot of the cops, and I'm sure I could get them to be on camera while they did it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure. But yeah,
So
it was a crazy week. You know, for me.
yeah,
You know, things happen, but yeah, I thought, that needs to be took down because yeah, I know how they are on
yeah. Why?
YouTube.
Yeah, and why invite any more ridicule than what cure than what they're already going to give you?
Right. Yeah, I mean, they've done so much to me. It's like, what else can they do? I don't, they've done pretty much everything that I could possibly think of other than come to my house. You
Yeah, and
know,
they
they
they won't do that. So
oh, they put
and
my
no
address,
way.
number, my kids' pictures, my ex-husband's picture out there. They've made lies, all kinds of things. They made parodies about me, making fun of me. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so
they,
they've been taking the cowards out.
oh yeah, they've done pretty much anything you could think of on YouTube. They've done it to me just because
Well, they
they didn't
haven't
like.
called.
I've never done nothing to anybody. I wouldn't do anything that if I don't like you, I just will not talk to you anymore. I will walk away and go my separate ways. I don't go after
Exactly.
people. There's no need for it. It doesn't make things better.
Yeah, it doesn't solve any issues.
Right.
And right, yeah, we
So
can talk amongst ourselves quite a bit, but we can also still talk to you too.
I can't see the chat. Hold on, let me see if I can see the chat.
Ray
Okay, there we go.
said, if someone in the bushes could come and chat, I'd appreciate it. Because these two would carry on by themselves for the rest of the night.
That is true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Brad is very easy to talk to. Like I could talk to him for hours. I'm waiting for the day
Not,
that
not,
Ray comes up and I can actually talk and hear Ray's voice. I'm waiting for that day.
well, he can come up now if he wants.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that, Ray. Sometimes it does happen. And I didn't ignore you totally. I did look down and see the comments. I just wasn't always able to comment on them. Well,
Yeah,
Ray, if you want, come on up.
yeah,
We can have a bunch of people up here. And you don't have to be on camera. I just go with my camera because it's easier.
just like it's just like talking on the phone, really.
Well, you could be on this one, have it be your first. BW
Right.
was my first panel ever.
Oh, I'm trying to think who was the first time. I think White Rabbit was the first panel I ever went on.
I don't think I know that channel.
Oh, she's nice. She's in Kentucky and she's got that accent and she's just got one of those voices that you could listen to all day long. And the Mean Girls put her through the ringer as well and they're still talking about her. So she's been through it too. But
Oh,
she's cool.
so well, that's kind of like a. I think we ought to start treating that like a badge of honor. That people want to post fake stuff and make up stuff about us.
hey, I'm living in their head rent free, So,
Exactly. So why get every time they post something about us that's a lie? Why get bummed out about it when we can just say, "Well, they did it again. I got another badge."
yep,
That then we'll really live in a whole city rent free in their head.
right? Yeah. And it's like now I'm done like reacting because I used to like react to the crap that they would say about me and I get really angry and all that stuff. And I hate being angry. I honestly hate being angry. I don't like that person. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So
I've gotten where now it
now
tires
I
me
try
out.
yeah. Now I try not to react to it and if I want to say something, I'll be kind about it, but in a like, kill them with kindness kind of thing.
Yeah, in a passive, offhanded kind of a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've never been one for the passive aggressive type of route. I've always
Well, see
been the guy that,
what
okay, here's the issue, it's fixed, we move on.
well, they want that reaction from you. They want you to cry, they want you to scream, they want you to, react in that way. And
Well,
I'm not going to
see,
give it
then
to them.
then they're screwed with me because I don't cry and I don't scream.
Right.
I will pull out the drill sergeant voice, which means I'm not screaming. I'm talking loud enough that everyone can hear me. That way, we can all learn from each other's mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I made plenty of them and I've learned from them.
So
So
have I.
I'm trying not to do that anymore.
You show me someone who says they've never made a mistake in their life. I'll show you
Mhm.
someone who might be newborn or an android, but more than likely is lying out their ass.
Yeah. Right.
Because to err is human, and that's why we have erasers on the back of pencils.
I don't
At
know.
least that's what my grandmother used to say.
Oh, okay.
Because I asked her, "Well, why do we have these erasers on the back of a pencil?" At one time, and she looked at me. She said, "Because we're all human, which means we're all going to have errors. That's what it means to be human, and because of the errors, we make mistakes. That erases the mistake and lets you write in the correct answer."
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to think about it, you
Yeah,
know?
she was a special person, my nanny.
Yeah, my grandma
That's
was very
Cherokee for
special.
grandmother.
That's why I named my daughter after my grandma. Because my grandma was like my second mom when I was little. I didn't have a dad. Um, and my mom, I don't know what she was doing. So I was with my grandma an awful lot. But then she
I
was the
can
first
understand
person,
that.
yeah, she was the first person I lost, it was the first death I ever experienced. I was 10.
Well, I was older. I'd been overseas, been in the military, came home, went mercenary, came home, and when I lost my grandmother, it was a big blow. She wasn't the first person I lost that I knew, but it was a big blow. I mean, I knew the exact minute that she died because I woke up from a deep sleep and all I could
Oh,
do was cry.
yeah. He says, "Give me
So
another link, Brad. I blocked camera and mic." What?
all right, hang
Don't block.
on.
Don't block your mic.
Don't
You could
block the
just block.
mic.
Yeah.
You just gotta block the camera, not and the mic.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, how are you gonna talk?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. What's the sense of coming up if we can't hear you talk? Silly.
Well, to be honest, I've muted my mic a couple of times to talk to people, and then unmuted it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's times where I didn't know I was muted and it took me a minute or two. I'm like, oh crap. I've been muted this whole time. Durr.
Yeah, that happened the other night.
Yeah.
Remember when I tried to get you on the be on the phone when I went live, and no one could hear me.
Right? It happens.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, here he is. Here he comes.
Yay, yay, yay. I'm so excited.
Come on, let me. Tell me edit name, kick from studio, ban from studio.
No. You just invite, or what does it say? Add the studio.
Except add the studio. It's not giving me that option though. It says his name,
Uh-huh.
edit name, kick from studio, ban from studio.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Hey Ray, try activating your camera before you, and then I'll add you, and then try to just pause the camera, stop it, like that.
I've never seen that before.
Neither have I. I'm wondering what's going on.
Because
Because it'll
usually,
say
like,
that
I don't
I'm
know,
listening.
usually you could usually have like up to 10 people, I think, at one time.
Yeah, that's why. But he said that he didn't allow his camera. I'm thinking maybe that was the reason.
I
Allow
don't
his
know.
camera and allow the mic, and then just hit the little camera thing. See,
Mm.
hit mine. See how it comes up like this with me, and
Yeah.
it's in red. But
Right. But
then I hit it
it didn't
again,
do
and you can see
it.
me. Huh?
What did you do when I came up, like when I was backstage?
I just hit add to stage.
Right. Okay.
So,
Oh man. I really want to hear Ray's voice.
he says he blocked camera and mic. Yeah, that's it. He can't block the camera and the mic. He can't
No,
block
can't
the
do it.
camera. He's got to allow the camera to work and then turn it off by hitting that little camera symbol
Yeah,
once
he's a
he's up here.
newbie. He's never
Oh,
done it before.
yeah, I'm still getting the hang of this myself. So,
Right. Do.
okay,
Because I'm
Ray.
going to phone because I can't figure out how to turn them back on.
He'll be right
Oh,
back.
alrighty.
That's what B means. Be right back.
Yeah. I know some of the abbreviations, but some of them I'm like, what they call them, boomers. I don't know what they're
Hey,
saying.
I'm not a boomer. I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. So are you. Be proud of it.
Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer. I was born the last, what,
Exactly.
3 months of 79.
Well, that's something. I was born right smack dab of summer in '74.
74.
And
Yeah.
who my buddy Scott, who's sitting on this side of me,
Uh,
was born at the beginning of Gen X, so the end of the baby boomers in '64.
oh, okay. I think my mom
So
was
yeah,
born in
he's
61.
59. My mom was born in 1953, April 17th, 1953.
Well, my stepdad is in 53 too.
I know that because my mom used to joke that I was 21 years and 3 months younger than her
Oh, okay.
because she was born April
Uh-huh.
1953. I was born July 17th, 1974.
Oh, okay.
So literally like 21 years and 3 months.
I think my mom was 19 years older than me. So, and she
Well,
passed away. She was 59.
that's young.
Yeah.
My mom had my older sister when she was 19.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, still saying the same thing.
Oh man, that makes
That
no
sucks.
sense.
Yeah, right? Yeah, hang on, let me try something. Let me see if I can get off take my camera off. And then,
You just
nope,
like click on his picture. What happens
I
if you
did
just
that.
click on?
If I just click on his picture, that's all it shows me is Ray, his name, and then edit name, kick from studio, banned from studio.
Something's not right.
Yeah, no. Hey Kim, I have an idea.
But
Let's let's try you have you step down from the studio. We'll get Ray in, and then you try to have you come back.
okay, we can do that. All right, I'll be in chat.
Okay, it won't be long. Trust me. Oh damn it! There we go. Nope, still showing me the same thing. Hey Ray, hop out of the studio for a minute, and then come right back into the studio, and I'll try to get you up, and then I'm gonna try to bring Kim up as well. I'm doing this all on my phone, so I'm hoping it'll work. Yeah, maybe that'll work with it now. No. Yeah, it's still giving me the same thing, Kim. Still showing me the same thing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is the first time I've ever tried to have more than one person come up. So I guess better to have it messed up now than when I'm trying to get a bunch of people up at once. Yeah, I don't know what's going on though. It's not letting me get more than one person up here at a time. So am I. That's why I put a new link in the comments to maybe get him to grab a hold of it and try to come up that way. Because he's not in the studio in the backstage anymore. So, and I know I didn't ban him. So, hey, I think I just pinned the. Figured out how to pin it. Hey, Ray, are you still in the room? Are you on Are you on a computer or your phone? Okay, well then it's pinned because I just touched it. Now it's blue. Okay, Android. Your browser settings are gonna be. Okay, yeah, you see three little dots. There should be three little dots on the far right of your screen, top right of your screen as you look at it. Hmm. Let's try this one last time, Ray. Your browser settings, you gotta hit the three dots at the top right of your screen, and then you'll see a thing that says settings. You click on that, and it should be able to get you right where you need to go. But there is a little bit faster way to do it. No, all I did was touch it. Let me try doing it now. See if maybe. Yeah, that's all it's letting me do is highlight it. Okay, go over to what would it say here? Let me see if I can open this up. Here we go. I hope I'm still on with you guys. It should go down to, all right, go down to accessibility. Go to accessibility, and you should be able from there to make your camera and mic accessible. I don't know, but I think when I go live next time, I'll try that and see if it works. So I changed my layout. So Kim, if you want to come up while we're helping Ray figure everything out. Then that's what it is. I've been not doing it before I went live, so I gotta do it before I go live. Yeah, see, there it goes. For you, it worked.
Yeah, that's weird. I have an Android too.
I've got a Google Pixel 6 powered by Android.
Oh, okay. Mine's a Moto. Hello, Moto.
Ah. Well, my ex bought me this phone, and it works pretty good. I pay a high rate for the bill, but it works pretty good.
Yeah, well, as long as it does, that's all that matters. I
Oh
like
yeah,
Androids. I would never go to iPhones.
I'll never touch an
I've al-
iPhone. I'll never do it.
nope. I've always been with Android. Yeah,
Hi,
but
Maddie.
I pushed the button. It says Enter Studio. It shows your mic, your camera. You can add something that you want to put under, like a silly comment, and then all you do is push Enter Studio, and you wait for the creator to add you in. I
Right,
mean, that's
which
all.
as soon as I
That's
see
all.
someone backstage, I add them.
Right. I mean, that's weird.
But then again, I had the layout where it would show side by side.
Uh
So
huh.
I thought maybe that might be the issue. So I changed it where to show me and then two others.
Oh, okay. I don't
So
know. Heck, I'd be willing to go live to talk to Ray.
yeah, I'd be willing to go live and talk to him too, just to hear his voice, hear how he sounds. What don't you
Yeah.
like about the iPhones, Maddie?
Hold on. What?
Let me see what. Oh, it's Maddie. Maddie's awesome. Hi, Maddie. I believe she's a new sub for you, Brad. I shared out your channel the other day.
Oh, well, thank you for doing that. And Maddie, if you're a new sub, welcome. I try to do a little bit of every type of content, but I do tend to lean more towards the political. The political and the current event content. Mainly because, well, I'm running for president, so I kind of need to lean towards that right now. But that's not to say I don't make content that's especially directed at certain people when they deserve it. And I'm not going to mention any names about who they are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I still can't believe, Kim, how cheap cigarettes are in Ohio.
Well, yeah, it depends. Like, well, the most expensive is Marlboro Reds, and they're pretty much like $10 a pack. They're like 9 something.
That's
But
still
the
cheap.
Marlboro, yeah. Well, for you, yeah. I think it's
Yeah,
expensive.
because right now in New York, a pack of Marlboro is like almost $15.
Oh my goodness.
A pack
But
of Newport is 15, and a pack of American Spit is like almost $16.
wow. But those Marlboro Blacks are actually pretty much the same thing. I mean, I smoked Marlboro Reds my whole life, and I can't tell a difference between the Marlboro Blacks and the Marlboro Reds. And the Marlboro Blacks are like 6 something a pack.
Well, I can tell the difference, but as long as it's not menthol, I'm not picky.
I can't do menthol either. No.
I mean, I could smoke a Lucky Strike non-filter or a Pall Mall non-filter or a Marlboro.
I see. I've always stuck with Marlboro, so I don't know like other brands.
Damn it, it won't let me add them.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's still showing me the same thing. I even changed the layout.
It's got to be on his end.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be on his end too, because it's not letting me do that. He might keep not allowing access to the camera, and it needs access to the camera.
Well, see, I'm not on camera though.
Oh, I didn't say that you had to be on camera. Just that it.
Weird. Oh, you
I'm
froze up.
sorry, I'm back. Someone someone from some tax thing about I might owe money for taxes and I don't. So
Oh, okay. He says it's definitely on my end. It won't let me unblock the mic or camera. That's weird.
That's very weird. You know what? Uh, Ray, do you know how to bring up your settings for your phone? If you do, then bring up the settings for your phone. Go into I think it's applications. But you can just type up camera and mic and then make sure that everything is on the right side so that it's allowed.
No. Poor Ray. He's trying.
Yeah, but yeah, he's trying.
That
But you know
stinks.
what? If he can't get it this time, maybe he'll get it next time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start trying to go live or at least make a video every few days, at least 2 a week.
Well, that'd be good.
Even if it's a video and then a live or a live and then a video. I'm going to try to do
Right.
2 a week. I'm going to try to do 2 a week. And then when it gets closer to like the 7th of November, then I'm going to try to do 3, 4, 3 a week to 4 a week to 5 a week and ramp it up closer and closer to election.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Because, hey, I need to get the info out there, and, well, I'm not doing anything else, basically.
Yeah.
At least not for now.
Right.
If I get my way, yeah, maybe soon I'll be doing something else, but I'm still going to run for president.
I can't believe we got another year of Joe Biden. It seems like it's been.
I don't know how we survived this long.
I don't either. A lot can happen in a year. That's what scares me.
Yes. Yep, and if he knows he's on his way out, he can do a lot of damage in a year. Case in point, Barack Obama.
Uh huh. I never liked him
I
either.
mean, think about this. The gay people said, all we want is the right to marry, to be like everyone else.
Right.
Okay, that sounds nice and admirable. However, I said, watch and learn. He gives them that, and they'll be after our kids and trying to tell us how we can talk and speak and everything else.
Right.
And gee, lo and behold, Donald Trump gets in office, and I'm like, watch, they're going to pull a brown shirt maneuver. And I had to educate people on who the brown shirts were.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, Antifa came out doing the same tactics as the brown shirts. They're still doing it.
Yeah.
And everything. It was all against Trump and the Nazi Party when they were just getting going. They had people that would wear brown dress shirts and everything, so they got the name brown shirts. And they would go around to college campuses, shout people down, get events canceled, use violence against the people, and basically shut down any disseminating opinion other than theirs.
Right.
Now,
Not
who does
sorry.
that?
Ray's like fucking having problems with Zoom also. Phone is 3 years old.
Well, 3 years old for tech is pretty ancient.
Yeah. I've had my phone for about a year and a half, so.
I've had mine for yeah, coming up on a year or so.
Yeah. Ray says, look what Hitler did to the brown shirts when he didn't need them.
Exactly. And that's the same thing that they'll do that they've already started doing to Antifa. First, they were getting them all out of jail, and they had all this money to bail them out and get them out of jail and drop charges, this, that, and the third. And now they're starting to throw them in jail.
Yeah.
The left and those of the Marxist ideology will eat their own if we just give them time.
Ain't that the truth?
But the problem is the time that we give them, will screw this country beyond screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
kind of like, gee, what do I want to do here? I mean, if we do this, we're screwed. If we let them do that, then we're screwed. Either way, we're kind of screwed right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
And
then
we
you
got
get
another.
someone. What was that, Kim?
I said, yeah, we got another year of it.
Of Biden, yeah. And did you notice how the media was always quick to jump on Trump?
Oh
Any
yeah,
decision, any decision he made, they were on him like
they
stink
tried
on
to
crap.
impeach. Yeah, they tried to impeach him twice, and it didn't work.
3 times.
Oh, was it 3 times?
They tried to impeach him once he was out of office.
Oh, okay. And now look what they're
And
doing to him.
yeah, and it's all because they don't want him being president.
Right, but they'll let Biden and his son, you know, fly through with no problems. No, there's no, you know, trials and lawyers and criminal
That's
charges.
that's
Come
because
on.
Biden and his son are in bed with China. Biden answers to China.
I know.
So, and Pelosi answered to China. Schumer answers to China. A lot of the rhinos answer to China. So they're not going to go after someone who thinks the same way they do.
Yeah.
If
I'll
they
eat.
did, it would implicate them.
I would love that, Ray. See if I don't know how to put it in chat though.
um,
Mm,
I'm not sure either how to do it other than to just tap it.
be strict if that comes. Oh no. Let me see.
Ray, trust me, you ain't got a redneck accent. At least not to me. But then again, I'm
Insert.
originally from Texas, so
Uh oh. What do I have to do that for?
what?
Oh, it wants me to connect with Google to verify that it's me so I can enter chat.
Huh?
What? Yeah, that's what it did. It says verify it's you. To help keep your account safe, Google wants to make sure that it's really you.
See if you can do it without doing that because that seems awfully sketchy to me.
Yeah, doesn't it? I don't think I can. Hold
I
on, let
mean,
me
if
see
you're
something.
already if you're already on Google, which you have to be,
Right.
then why would it say to verify it's you, do this?
I don't know. Let me try something.
Oh yeah, Ray, whereabouts? I'm originally from Temple, Texas. which is 45 minutes away from Killeen, Texas, which is right next door to Fort Hood, Texas.
All right. There we go. Can you still hear me?
Yep, we can still hear you, Kim.
Awesome. Yeah, there's my email, Ray. So yeah, I'd love to talk to you.
Oh,
7 years.
you were a
Huh?
youngster, Ray, when you lived in Texas.
Oh. See, you guys have moved everywhere.
Uh, I don't know why. It just showed me that
Showed what?
I know Tyler, I know Dallas, I know Houston, I know Odessa. That's on the western part of the state by New Mexico. And Richardson, I'm not real familiar with, but I know the general area of it.
Oh.
But there used to be a little boy in Tyler that I'll always remember fondly. The little bit of it that I remember will always be fond. Because it's the first night I got ripped, roaring, blind, stinking, drunk, and I was 8 years old.
Oh God.
My little brother Mark was just born, and we were there, and I was playing Frogger, just drinking sodas, and this lady had a order of alcoholic Shirley Temples, and she was leaving. She'd already paid for them, but she'd had more than her fill. And she asked my stepfather if I could have them, and he said yes.
Wow.
And they were already paid for by an adult, and the law was as long as it's not the kid buying them, the kid can drink as long as he's with his parent or guardian. So,
Wow.
yep. My stepfather, and a friend of his named Sam Niecase were all there, and we got blind, stinking drunk. Sam
Wow.
couldn't
I think
drive.
I was 16. I was 16 the first time I got drunk, and I
Hmm.
drank a whole bottle of vodka. That was bad.
Ooh,
That was so bad. At the
yeah.
time, my
Whew.
at the time my hair was down to past my butt. So like I had my mom and dad holding my hair as I prayed to the porcelain god. It was
I
not
never,
good.
I've never done that, except when I had a stomach bug.
Oh really?
Yep. I've never
It's
had a
not.
hangover.
I didn't have hangovers until I was in my mid 30s. And then I started getting them, and then it was like, man, I don't know about this drinking stuff.
Mhm. I've never had them.
Well, you're lucky. I
Oh
think
yeah, Harvey Wallbangers. I remember those.
yeah, I was 3 to 6 to so him, but he was laugh at me. I think I was 15 when I started smoking weed.
I was the very first time I ever got drunk, and I mean ever got drunk. I was almost 8 years old, and my stepdad and a buddy of his named Gary Golf, they were in the military together. I'll never forget it. He had the same car as the General Lee, exact same. Painted orange, '01, Confederate flag, everything.
Uh-huh.
And they were working on it. And in the summer, a beer gets hot quick in Texas. So
Oh, I'm sure.
they're leaving the half empties on the car and around the car and going and getting cold ones. Well, I went behind them and started drinking them.
Oh.
And my mom had a picture. I don't know if she still does, but she had a picture of me passed out against the front tire. Had to be a case of empties around me, and me still holding a beer between my legs. Passed right
Oh,
out.
wow.
So
Sheesh.
it was interesting the way I grew up.
Yeah, I would say so.
But see,
Yeah,
to me that was normal.
yeah. First drug I did was LSD. Ooh, LSD.
Yeah, that Orange Sunshine was the bomb. I ain't gonna lie, that was some good shit.
I see. I've never done any shrooms. I've had opium, hash, and weed.
Well, that's not bad.
I've never tried the hard stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did the first time I did any drugs, I did Black Beauties and Yellow Jackets.
Those.
One's speed, one's a downer. The Black Betties is speed, and the Yellow Jackets were downers. And I was 8 years old.
Oh my god. Didn't smoke weed until I was 14, but it was on an omen from God. Found a bag of Christmas trees right in front of VA
Nah, Virginia
library.
Beach Public Library. Hey Ray, what year was that? I might have dropped it. First time I ever smoked weed was New Year's of, let me see here, 83, 82, becoming 83.
Wow. I was like 2 or 3 years
And
old then.
yeah, I was 8. I thought it was a regular cigarette the GIs were passing around. And I said, well, I'm out. Let me at least take a hit off of it. Well, I convinced them to let me have some. And it wasn't cigarette tobacco, it was wacky tobacco.
Oh, jeez. He says 92, so that wasn't yours.
92, nope, it wasn't mine. 92, I belonged to Uncle Sam. 92, I was already in the military. I was belonging to Uncle Sam. I wasn't doing any of that stuff.
I was 12.
So, yeah, it was pretty wild. I mean, I grew up around bikers, truckers, and GIs. So, I had an interesting childhood when I was home.
I grew up with potheads.
Nothing wrong with that. Actually, I at times I would have preferred my mom and my stepdad to be potheads. Anything so they wouldn't beat the hell out of me that day.
Yeah. Well, I've been around alcoholics too. It's no fun.
Yeah, I remember dancing bears and pink elephants. I also remember little gnomes snorting huge mounds of coke off of snakes' backs as they slithered around.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Yeah, you're younger than me. When's your birthday? My birthday's September 26th. When's yours, Brad?
Mine's July 17th, 1974.
Yep, I was 79.
Yep, Kim's 5 years younger than me, which means Ray, you're 6 years younger than me.
Mom pushed pot on me because she didn't want me to drink. I wasn't always such a nice guy. Nah, I don't believe that.
I understand that, Ray, because I wasn't always a nice guy. I was the guy that, well, when I was in high school, if you seen me walking down the hall and you made eye contact with me, you'd probably go flying back down that hall. And that was if I was feeling nice. If I wasn't feeling nice, it was more violent.
I was always the shortest in my class, and I
Well,
was always the one being bullied.
see, I was always the short, skinny, I guess you'd say geeky looking kid because I was skinny, short, and had a bullet shaped head. I looked like Flat Top from Dick Tracy. No,
Okay.
seriously, I legit looked like Flat Top. In fact, one year for Halloween, I went as Flat Top from Dick Tracy. And so I'd get bullied. The first day of school, I'd always get bullied, and I'd tell them, "Listen, meet me outside after school. We'll see who a bully is."
Right.
And for some reason, they'd meet me, and then they'd realize, "Uh-oh, we bit off more than we can chew." So they'd leave me alone or become my friend.
I only got into one fight in high school, and I pretty much won, but we both got. I was always taught let them throw the first punch and then finish it.
That's what
And
I was taught.
yep, so I let her, go for the first hit, and then I was on it. And then we had a crowd of people, and then here comes the principal.
The
Both of you in my office now. And
one
they gave
time
me
I
the.
didn't.
Go ahead.
What they give you?
Well, they said you could either do 2 weeks of community service or 10 days of suspension the next year. So we both took the community service, and by the time we got done with that, we became friends.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, Ray.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
the one time I didn't let the person throw the first punch, I actually started the fight. I was defending someone who was on the slow side,
Oh
and they
okay.
were they were not being nice to her. Is a polite way of putting it. What they were really doing is trying to sexually abuse her,
Oh.
and I walked right up to him and just started knocking him out. Just started hitting him with my fist.
Uh
And
huh.
at first, my stepfather, when he found out, he was going to whoop my ass. I mean, he told me, "I'm going to beat you so you don't ever do this again." And thankfully,
Ooh.
one of the teachers lived up the road from us and had stopped by because she knew my mom, my stepdad.
Uh
And
huh.
she told him, "No, no, listen, he was in the right. He was protecting someone. This is the one time when you don't do that to him. He was protecting someone." And my stepfather
Wow.
said, "Well, since you were protecting someone, I'll let it slide. But if you ever do that again, I'll beat you within an inch of your life."
Oh man.
And I knew he meant it, very much so he meant it. So I never started another fight, but I've ended a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to look at it, Ray.
That's a good way to
Oh.
look at it. And I can understand spending the night by yourself on a night like that.
See, I have a problem with Christmas now because my mom died near Christmas, and
Ooh.
so like it's really hard that time of the year for me.
Yeah, I got a problem with Christmas because, well, my kids aren't alive anymore, and I didn't really get to know them that much, except for my daughter. And I got a problem on May 5th, but that's when she was, when she was killed. So,
Oh man, that's horrible.
well, Ray, the last fight I got into,
Whoa.
I got slammed into a sign because the person threw me into a sign, cut my head open right here. And if it hadn't been for my buddy Scott's youngest son getting the guy away from me right then, I was going to kill him because I popped up. I literally did a kip up and just smiled at him and said, "Okay, my turn." And the kid knew that my buddy Scott's youngest son, Josiah, knew that his friend had just screwed up and was fixing to die.
Yeah.
Well, I like to think I would be. I've helped raise 22 kids as much as I could. I've helped raise 22 kids. None of them
Wow.
mine, just friends of mine's kids I've helped raise, and they've all turned out really good because I don't talk to a kid like they're a kid. I tell them, listen, you want to do X, Y, and Z, well, you have to be good. That means you can't be getting into any trouble. You've got to do what we tell you. And know, if they're of age, do your schoolwork, do your homework. Don't cause trouble there, and you'll get to do them. If you
Mhm.
do get into trouble, you don't do what we say, you don't listen, you don't do your homework, you don't do your schoolwork, you act a fool, well, you're not going to get to do what you want to do. And in fact, you're not going to get to do anything.
Right.
Generally, that works.
Yeah.
It even works on a 3-year-old. Because I
Well,
said
I
that
think
to my ex's son, and he listened. He was 3. You there, Kim? Oh no, I think we lost Kim. Hello, Kim. You there? You there,
back.
Kim? What? You back?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
Sorry, my son
we can hear
called.
you now.
So,
Oh no, that's understandable.
okay.
They charged you with a
Yeah, he got
felony
his driver's
assault?
license. What?
Oh, Ray said they charged me with felony assault, intent to maim and disfigure.
Oh, man.
They I've had that charge, not exactly the same one. Up here they say assault with intent to do bodily injury. And I've had that. I've even had murder. Three, one, two, three, 4 counts of murder that I beat. I took them all to trial. But
Wow.
I was a kid, so
Yeah.
and truthfully I was guilty of sin of the charges. But I had a friend of mine on a they were going on a school field trip, so I gave her some money to buy me some outfits and bring me the receipts. So it was like, well, clearly here's evidence that he was in New York City at the time. So how could he have done it all the way up here, which is 4.5, 5 hours away from New York City? He doesn't drive. So what do he do? Teleport? So, but I told my attorney afterwards, he asked me, he goes, I got to know. Nothing can be done double jeopardy, but what's your what's the real deal? Are you guilty? And I looked at him and I said, Jim, yeah, damn right I'm guilty. He goes, then you just got very lucky. Don't let me see you again as your attorney.
Wow.
And it was all over people borrowing money from the wrong people and then not paying it back.
Uh-huh.
Well, gee, Ray, I hope he got charged as well. I mean, hitting someone with the beer bottle can kill him if you hit him wrong with it. So, yeah, he deserved to get his ass beat. New York now has a little known law. It's called the In Defense of Third Person Law. And it basically means if you're defending someone, like say someone was raped or about to get raped and you severely hurt the person or kill them, you can't be charged.
Hmm.
Well, you see, Ray, that's how I am. Win or lose a fight, I don't press charges. In fact, the loser buys the winner a round or a couple of rounds of drinks, and we move on.
Yeah. I've never been in that kind of trouble before. The only thing I have on my record is a OVI.
Well,
And it was wrongfully charged because they had no proof of it. But they charged me with it, so I had a year suspension of my license, and I had to put one of those deals in my car where I had to blow into it to start up my vehicle.
the it's called the anti-lock
Yeah,
system.
that
Which
sucks, you know.
I've always thought was stupid because all it takes is someone who's sober to blow into it, and then you can still be driving around drunker than a skunk.
Well, the thing is that when I got mine put in, it had a camera, so they could see who's blowing into it.
Well, that's a violation of your Fourth Amendment right.
Now, that's what they did. That's what they had in there.
That's a violation of your Fourth Amendment right because you have a right to privacy in your home, your vehicle, or any office that is not public. See, if you're out in public, you have no.
Oh, what happened? Uh-oh.
You
Oh,
have what's
thank you.
considered an expectation of privacy. So they can't put a camera in the car. That's illegal. And if they did, that's a lawsuit, depending on how many years ago it was.
This was, I think, about almost 5 years ago. Yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago.
So we're talking 2019, 2018. Yep.
Yeah, well, I think, yeah.
Yep. You still have time for a lawsuit. Not a couple of years, but I believe you still
Yeah,
have the right time frame for a lawsuit.
it's no big deal. It's a done and over with. I like to forget about it.
when it happened, I just found out that my mom had stage 3 lung cancer, and I had a mental breakdown, and I had it slept in almost a week, and I decided
Ooh.
to go out to the gas station one day to get a pack of smokes, and I accidentally, kissed somebody's bumper. I gently tapped their bumper, and I got out to make sure their car was okay and my car was okay. Well, the guy saw the condition I was in and called the cops on me. And I have very sensitive eyeballs, so I probably look like I was screwed up, not sleeping for a week. You know?
Yeah, I could guarantee you look like you were tore up from the floor up
Yep. So,
because I've done the whole no sleep for a week, and yeah, you'll look drunk even if you ain't.
right, exactly. So, yeah, they got me for that. I did everything that, they told me to do. I didn't have to do community service. I had to go to bad boy school and
Yeah,
pay all the damn fines. That was like, I don't know, what was it, like $7,000? I can't
wow.
remember. It's a lot of money.
Ray says you could kiss his bumper anytime. Yeah, Ray, I wouldn't mind that myself.
No, I literally did. Like, I heard a little boop, and then I'm like, oh crap, what did I hit? And I was in a big truck, like a big Dodge truck at the time. So I get out, and there's this little guy in a little white Chevrolet or whatever it was, and he was just, oh my god, what did you do? Look at you,
Oh,
you're drunk or something. I'm calling the police. And I'm like, I'm not drunk, I'm tired.
oh, he was one of those. He was the proto Darren, the prototype for the male Karen.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm like, look, I'm telling him, like, look, dude, I haven't slept in a week. I'm very, very sorry. I didn't damage your car at all. Can we just, like, let this go? Oh, no, you gotta stay here. I'm calling the cops. I'm like, great.
I would have looked at him and said, "Yeah, go ahead." Oh, and one other thing, because you're calling the cops now. Well, what? I hit myself back. You assaulted me. Let's see who goes to jail first, you or me. I would have too. I would have broke my nose about. Listen, he sucker punched me and broke my nose, man. I
I
would have
should have
closed my
just took off.
window and broke it and been like, look, man, he punched right through the window and broke my nose. They would have.
Fucking
If I would have went to
Democrat.
jail, he would have went to jail.
Right? Well, I did everything I absolutely could not to go to jail. I did not want to be in jail.
I've been in jail, and while it's no fun, you do meet some pretty cool people there.
I don't know. I was like, no, I don't want to be in jail. I don't care.
Yeah, jail's no fun. If I had a choice between jail or going to prison, I'd rather go to prison.
Why is that?
There's more to do in prison.
Oh, okay.
There's more programs. You can be out in the yard more, so you can work out. You can feel the sunshine. You can talk with people, and it's just time moves a lot faster in prison than it does in county jail.
Oh, okay. Oh, it makes sense.
So because of the having more to do is why more programs. I this county screwed up on my last name and someone else's. They mixed our last names up,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to prison for 6 weeks, month and a half.
Oh, dang.
But I got when they figured it out, I got released from jail, even though I'd only started my bid. I was doing a year on a petty larceny beef. I had only done like a month or two into it. They let me out and gave me $2,500
Wow.
to keep my mouth shut and not sue them.
Right.
And I took that $2,500 and bought some product, and $2,500 became $75,000 in a week.
Dang.
But I don't do that stuff anymore because, well, if the DEA would have caught me, I would have been doing life in a federal penitentiary.
Yeah. That's not good. It's not worth it.
No, and they've done research studies that show that every year of criminal behavior ages you 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, I could see that.
Due to the stress and everything of always looking over your shoulder for the cops and not knowing who you can trust.
Yeah,
Yeah,
being that annoyed, yeah.
it's pretty bad. So I'm glad I don't do that life now.
Yeah. I'm glad you don't either. Ray says you should have started screaming, "Let go of my boob."
Yeah, there you go. Let go of my boob. What are you doing? Why are you trying to sexually assault me? And then he would have went to jail quick.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, it's
Um,
something. That's why you're so gray, Brad. Ray said.
well, that and helping raising a bunch of kids, yeah, that'd do it in a heartbeat. My mom used to tell me, "You're the reason I'm going gray." I never
Yeah,
believed it.
I
Now
thought
I
too.
believe it.
I'm glad I don't have a gray hair yet. I'm happy about it. Yay!
Well, that's good. I've got a lot of gray hairs. Of course, I'm going to be 50, but I've got a lot of gray hairs. But thankfully, I still have a very, very thick head of hair.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, I always tell my little brother, because I got two little brothers. My youngest little brother, I always tell him, he might have got some good looks from his dad, but I got all the good genes from mom and my dad. And I always do that by running my hand through my hair because he's going bald. So
Okay. Ray says I got a few on my goatee, none on my head though. That's good. Yeah, why is it like guys with like mustaches or beard, they always start there, like the gray starts there before it starts on their head. I've
well,
noticed that.
mine actually started on my head first, but I used to stay clean shaven. I mean, I'd shave every day.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't keep a mustache. None. I straight because I used to military life. I shaved up everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's why it went gray on my head first. But when I started letting my beard grow out, I was like, "Oh no, gray!" 'Cause I've always had like when I was growing up, I had blonde and then strawberry blonde. So I've always had like light brown hair. And
Uh-huh.
then my beard was always red. Was always tinged in red. It always looked red for some reason.
Oh.
But then it started going gray, and when I started letting it out, I seen, oh, it's gray. Oh no! So yeah, it was no big deal.
Hi, SDA.
Hey, SDA, how you doing? You're gonna lose me for a minute here with the darkness.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. I went into another room and it's dark in the other room. So
Oh, I see.
there we go. I'm back.
Oh. We're supposed to be getting in some nice weather tomorrow. I think it's gonna be. I can't wait. It's been
Yeah,
so cold.
it's been in the 50s today here. I don't know about
Yeah,
there, but it's in,
it's
huh?
been in the low 50s, and then at night it's been like in the low 40s. But this morning I woke up to frost on the grass. I was
Oh
like,
no.
yeah, it was that cold.
Oh no, that's a sure sign that winter's coming.
I know, right? Can't stay long doing laundry. Okay. Well, it's good to see you though.
It's good to see you, SDA. Welcome to for the first time to my live. Oh no, second
Fifth,
time.
second time.
Yep. So yeah, I was thinking I was. Oh, Ray says his car said 36 at 5 a.m.
Ooh,
That's
yeah, I
that's
believe
getting a
it.
little cold. Yeah, that's even colder than it was up here at that time, I think.
It was probably that cold to have frost here this morning.
Yeah, yeah, it might have been that cold. Might have been colder.
Yeah,
Frost usually happens around 34, 35 degrees. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was really cold. My son was like, "Mom, you gotta bring the mums in. They're gonna die." I had them on the
Well,
porch though, weren't directly in, the open.
yeah, but mums are a pretty hardy plant. They'll die, but they'll come back the next year.
Yeah,
So it doesn't really matter if you have them outside or inside. Inside they last a little longer, but eventually they always die.
yeah, I know.
So Kim, what's your favorite kind of flower?
My favorite kind of flower? I love
Yeah,
sunflowers.
sunflowers.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting because that means that you're also a good provider for your family.
Oh, does it? I never knew that.
Well,
I
the
just
type of the type of flower you like, kind of. I was reading something years ago that the type of flower you like is also your type of personality.
Oh, okay.
And sunflowers provide a lot of stuff. Not only do they provide something that looks good and is beautiful and happy looking, but they
Mhm.
also provide sustenance as well because of the seeds, you being able to eat the seeds.
Oh yeah, I love sunflower seeds.
So that means that if you like sunflower seeds, it's supposed to mean that you're a good provider financially and otherwise for your family.
Well, I'm pretty proud that of the mother I am, you know.
Yep.
I'm
I know
not
I
like
like
I'm not like financially where I want to be, but I do take care of my family and with
In this,
everything.
in this day and age, who is financially where they want to be? I
Yeah, I like
mean,
color.
Biden economics says, well, screwed everybody.
Yeah, I know, right? We're in uh we're in a time of period it's worse than the depression, that was
Yep,
back in the 20s and
yep.
30s.
Unemployment is insanely higher than the depression ever was, and the inflation is 275% higher than the depression inflation.
Right.
So,
So, I mean, it's really hard right now.
yep.
But
But
I'm grateful I got a roof over my head, my belly. I got what I need.
yep, that's me too. I'm glad I got a roof over my head. I can put food in my belly, something to drink. I'm happy.
Yeah.
My favorite flower is a snapdragon.
Ooh, those are pretty.
And supposedly that means that I'm a good um provide that I'm a good protector of my family, and but that I'm also always on guard.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Part of it's true. I will protect my friends and family like no one wants to know, but I'm not always on my guard generally.
Oh.
I can't see SDA's favorite flower. She says she likes color flowers.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I'm
I
guessing
mean,
that I'm guessing she likes colorful flowers like orchids, pansies, posies, African violets, other violets, that type of thing.
yeah. I love all flowers, but sunflower's always been my thing.
I've always liked sunflowers too. They've never been my favorite flower, but I've always liked them. I've
Hmm.
always loved honeysuckles.
Oh, I love honeysuckles. Did you ever get the honeysuckle and then take off the green part and suck on it?
That's why I love honeysuckles.
They grow everywhere around here in the springtime.
Man, they don't grow around here.
Oh, they're everywhere in Ohio.
I've never found them in New York, and I wish I could because I love those. Nothing like walking barefoot on your way to a blueberry patch or a raspberry patch, and on the way there, you grab some honeysuckles for something sweet until you get there.
Either that or sassafras. Grab you a couple stems of sassafras and chew on the stem. It's really sweet.
Sassafras,
Yeah.
sassafras is good. If you've got a toothache or a headache or some kind of an ache in your body, and you know what to look for, you can dig up ginseng.
I've done that before.
And
Yeah.
ginseng is really good for the pain, but right now, if you know who's buying ginseng, ginseng is going for right around $400 a pound.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and generally it's the Chinese who go through local brokers who are buying the ginseng for medicine.
Yeah. Let's see.
So that
Oh, Ray says he loves what is that?
Pe-
How do you say that? Peonies?
Peonies, yeah, I think that's how you say that.
Peonies? I kind of think I know what that is. And it's the SDA says, I like yellow, pink, and orange, and some red flowers.
Oh,
Blackberries,
okay.
berries grow wild. Yeah, we have a lot of blackberries around here.
Yeah, we get blackberries, wild grapes. There ain't nothing like grabbing a fresh bunch of wild grapes and eating them. Oh man, are they good?
Peonies, okay. Ray is so funny.
Okay, Ray.
Oh yeah. I love fall.
Yeah, I like fall too because of the changing leaves, and it just, I don't know, it kind of seems like God's putting out, kind of showing off a little bit on being able to dress things in different colors.
Yeah, and there's like a certain smell in the air during the fall
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Around Halloween, you start smelling that firewood clay smell, and
Oh, I love the fire, like smoke. Yeah, it's like fire. I love that.
oh yeah.
Smells in the
Ray,
world.
yep. Ray says blackberry cobbler. There's nothing
Oh yeah,
like fresh homemade blackberry cobbler.
with vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah, gotta have the ice cream.
Yeah, gotta have the ice cream. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas coming. I
Love
just don't
that.
like. I just don't like winter. I wish we could skip it.
Well, Christmas is more in the winter time for us, and I'm not big on the winter either. If we could skip the snow or have it snow at like 80 degrees, I wouldn't mind it.
Right? Yeah, I could deal with that. My ex liked all black. Ugh.
Yeah. I went through, I'll be honest, I went through a phase when I came home where I didn't want to see any colors. I couldn't wear BDUs. I didn't want anything colorful around me. All I wanted to see and wear and everything was all black because on the inside, I was black. I was dead on the inside because I'd lost so much and
Yeah.
seen so much and did so much that I was black on the inside. The Rolling Stones song, um, "No Colors Anymore."
Oh yeah, I
Very,
remember that song.
very much how I was feeling at the time.
Da, 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 da,
No
da,
colors anymore. I want them painted black. That's it, painted black.
da, 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 da,
I
da.
see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes.
That was, you remember that show that had that for the theme? There it was their theme song. What was that show called?
There was a show that had it for their theme song.
Yeah, it started out, it was like an army show, and they had that song playing, and it showed the helicopters, and oh, I can't remember that show. But I used to watch it every single day.
Was it
It's such
set in? Was it set in Vietnam?
Yeah. But they would
Uh,
play that song as soon they go, that drum beat. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And then it starts off with boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
yeah. That was cool. That was a cool show.
Yeah, I know the show you're talking about now. Yeah, it was all right. It was a decent show.
Let's see what I had to wear black clothes because of his motorcycle. Wow.
Well, so she had to wear a bunch of black leather.
Yeah. Because we usually wear shorts and tank tops on Christmas. Lucky you.
Yeah, right?
Hot rods look best in black on black.
Well, not all hot rods. Some of them look better in candy apple red.
My favorite muscle car would be a 67 Impala, Chevy Impala,
The
black.
Impalas were nice. The Impalas were nice, but I happen to own, not up here, it's in a storage facility in Texas.
Poor
So,
duty. That's it. Thank you, Ray. Ray
yes,
for the
that's
win.
it.
Poor
Thank
duty.
you,
Love
Ray.
that show.
But I happen to own one of my favorite cars, and that is a 1967 Pontiac GT. Candy
Ooh.
apple red. It's got I pulled the original engine out. I dropped in a 422 Interceptor, which was a cop engine. I bored it
Uh-huh.
out, got an additional 500 horses out of it, threw on a Turbomax blower, nitrous. Uh,
Wow. That
it's
sounds
it's a it's a beast. If I drive it, I can't run it at a red light. It'll literally idle through a red light.
Ray said he had a 1970 Cuda.
Now that's a nice car. I haven't had one of those yet. But I've got two famous cars.
Cool.
If you've ever seen Nicolas Cage and Gone in 60 Seconds,
Oh yeah, the Shelby.
the 1967 Mustang Shelby GT 500.
Oh, that was a sweet car.
That's my car.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And if you've ever seen The Fast and the Furious, the first one,
Yeah.
Dom's Charger,
Oh yeah.
that was my car.
Sweet.
And I can safely say that car will seriously stand up on its rear and burn rubber in all four gears.
Wow.
I've never had it maxed out on speed. Never.
Huh.
That's the one car that I'm afraid to max out on speed because, well, it's just so powerful.
Right. Well, I'm sorry, SDA. I'm glad that's done and over with and you don't have to deal with that anymore. We were building a 60H. Ooh, Dart. Or Dart. Yeah, I can't speak. Dart.
Dodge Dart GT. That's nice.
I like the I also like the 69 Volkswagen Bug. What was it where you had the pipe that came out the back? What were those called? I can't remember.
The
But I
bug.
always
I remember
yeah,
what
it
the
was like a
bugs look like.
Doom Bug kind of thing. It had the pipe that came out in the back. They look so cool. I always wanted a Volkswagen Bug, like a Super Sport. Or a 69 Super Sport Nova with the bucket seats.
Oh, you're talking about the Baja bug.
Yeah, the Baja Bug. Those were so
Ray said that.
yeah, those were cool.
Those were decent looking. My
I
dream
could never
car.
own one though because I can't drive stick. I don't know how to do standard.
Really?
Really.
I could teach you.
I, I would be horrible at it. I'd be like stalling every 5 seconds.
So you learn on a back road.
Right. Yeah. I tried when I was, you know, in my teens, but I was no good.
First time I ever drove, it was a truck. I don't remember the year, but I remember it had 3 on the tree.
Oh, okay.
And I was 8 years old, so I used to have to hit my stepfather's leg twice for the clutch, and then when he'd push it in, shift it down, and then
Uh-huh.
hit his leg for gas.
Ray says he's a car guy. He's gonna build a Baja Bug one day. That would be so cool. And
That
you,
would be
hey,
cool.
if you do that, Ray, make it plum crazy purple with the metal flakes.
Oh,
That would be.
the metallic color.
Mhm.
And then give it to Kim, because something tells me that's her favorite color.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I started out as a Jeep girl. I love Jeeps. But I always had a thing for muscle cars and Volkswagen Bugs.
The one car that I'll never own, you couldn't pay me enough to own it. I don't care what anyone says, is the Ford Pinto.
Oh, I don't blame you there.
First
Lime
thing
green.
First time I ever rebuilt anything on any car was I rebuilt the clutch on a 1979 Ford Pinto.
Oh,
I'll never do it again. You can't pay me. No way. Not enough money in the universe for me to touch one.
you said lime green metallic with white. Well, that would be cool too. I just love purple. That's all.
Ray says that, geez, Kim, we were married in a past life.
And maybe I don't know. I love the Pinto too. Building a model Pinto right now. Oh wow.
Well, I hope you do better than Ford did. You can't do worse.
One
But yeah,
of my first cars was a oh crap, it was the Chevy. They were like a tiny little like death trap car. What was it called?
the Cavalier or the Geo.
It was a Cavalier.
Okay, as soon as you said that trap, only 2 came to mind: the Cavalier and the Geo.
That thing was horrible. Like one side of the car you couldn't get in, one side you couldn't get out. No heater in
Oh,
the winter.
man.
It was
Oh.
it was so bad.
My first car was a 1976 Chrysler Cordova.
I don't know if I know that car.
It was more like a boat. It was a huge car.
Oh, okay.
It was 2-door, but you could fit, if they were big people, you could fit 3 in the back seat. If they were small, you could fit about 5, depending on how big they were. And it had the bucket seats.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was, well, it had what I call the bucket bench seats. It had the backs of the bucket, but it had one long bench across it where you sat
Oh,
down with one long piece. So
mhm.
technically, you could put 3 people in the front if you wanted, but
Right.
that car was a boat of a car and hated to start when it was wet or cold
Oh.
because of the little ceramic box on the firewall.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, it was a Chrysler. What do you expect?
Yeah.
But my dream car that I would love to own and don't own yet, 1957 Chevy Bel Air Classic with the high fins, white walls, and sky blue color on the outside and white on the inside.
Really? I never
Yep.
liked the 50s cars. Like they were too much. Like the
Uh,
40s, 30s were awesome.
I've
You know,
always I've always loved the 57. That's about it.
yeah.
But a car that
But
I
their
would,
trucks were cool. The trucks were cool. I like the trucks back then.
yeah, a car that I would give my left leg and my right arm to own is a 1950 Mercury
Okay.
with the same doors. You ever see the Stallone movie Cobra?
Don't think so.
Well, if you ever watch it, I want his car. Exactly his car. I want the same car that was used in that movie.
Well, you know why I want the 67 Chevy Impala, don't you?
Why?
Supernatural? Hello?
Yep.
Hey.
I figured it. I figured that, but I wanted to be sure.
That's a sweet car.
Yeah, it's a good car. It's made with American iron and steel, and well, before they started making everything out of fiberglass and plexiglass and all this other plastic stuff, a fender bender was 30 to 40 miles an hour each, and all it would do is literally bend your fender a little bit.
Right? Oh, I know. Ray says a 63.5 Ford Galaxy.
That's a nice car. I used to own a 1964 Chrysler Newport with the push button transmission.
Cool.
And I paid $1,000 for it.
Wow. If I hit the lottery, I'll buy all three of you a dream car. Sweet.
Well, Ray, my dream car right now is going for 12.8 million.
Good Lord.
So yeah, I
You
got
could
very expensive
tell with
taste for
that
that car.
I'm easy to please. I don't need something that expensive.
Neither would I. And I'd take something that I got to restore and I'll restore it myself. I'll get more enjoyment out of doing that anyway.
He asked you suicide doors, Brad?
Oh yeah, gotta have the suicide doors.
Those were cool.
Yeah, they were just. There was something about them when instead of opening up one way, they opened up the opposite way, and they were just cool looking.
Yeah, they were. They were real cool.
And if someone's going down the road the same as you, and your door's open and they hit it, all they're going to do is close it for you.
He says, well, you'll be getting us a 57 Chevy, Brad, or a Newport, or the Newport.
Well, my Newport didn't have the suicide doors. It had the regular old-fashioned straight, like what we have now doors.
Yeah.
But I've also owned a Lincoln that had suicide doors. That was cool. It only had suicide doors in the rear, but it was cool.
I'll take a
'85 Jeep Cherokee bullet. What is it called? Gunmetal blue. I'll be happy with that
That's a
because
nice color.
I had a '95 Jeep Cherokee Gunmetal blue, and that was my baby. I hit a deer 55 miles per hour with that Jeep, and it didn't barely touch it.
Yep. But Ray, if you're gonna buy me anything, I would prefer to have a 1945 Harley Davidson Panhead.
Oh wow, yeah, those are nice.
With the what's called ape hanger bars and everything. Those were just beautiful bikes.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, thanks to my natural father, I own some motorcycles and cars down in Texas.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's come in handy a couple of times because, well, Hollywood to use my '67 Harley, my '67 Mustang. Hollywood paid $45,000, and they rebuilt it to bring it back to me in pristine condition. And to use my Charger, they paid me $58,000, and they rebuilt it.
Wow. Those are all good years there. I love the Cherokees. First time in my adult life I have a Jeep with a 4.0. Wow.
Straight six. Yeah,
I
those
miss
were good Jeeps.
Yeah, I like for me. Oh, and another thing, another Jeep I would like is the Jeep Cherokee Woody with the wooded side on. You know what I'm talking about? It has the wood panels on the side. Those
Yeah,
were
that's
awesome. I think they were 86, something like that.
something like that.
85. Those were
If I'm
cool.
gonna, if I'd own a Jeep, it would have to be a military Jeep Willis.
Oh, Willie?
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
those were
because you could beat the holy hell out of them. You could do anything, and those things did not die. As long as you took care of the engine, they wouldn't die.
Yeah. Yeah, Wagoneer. That's it.
Yeah, the original Wagoneers when they
Those were
first came out.
mhm.
The Woodies was a 1960s variation of a van that had wood paneling on it that you
Oh,
would see a lot of surfers use to haul their surfboards to the ocean.
yeah. Those are cool too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but holy cow, it's almost 2.5 hours we've been on here.
yeah, I know.
No wonder I'm starting to get hungry. It's after dinner time. So yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
have to stop. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop this so I can get dinner going. So,
okay. Well, it was nice talking with you and Ray.
oh yeah, definitely. It's
Nesty.
always nice to talk to you, Kim, and to you, Ray. Maybe,
Hopefully,
Kim.
I was gonna say, hopefully he can figure out his camera and mic deal.
Yeah, hopefully, tomorrow we can try again to get Ray up here.
That would be cool.
And Kim, if you want to give him my email address, you can.
Okay.
That way, if he needs any help, I can help kind of walk him through it.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a good night, Brad.
You guys have a good one too.
And I'll see you later.
Yep. And if you need to
Bye.
talk to someone, you got my number.
Okay, hon. Same here.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye. Well, Ray, we'll look into it. Maybe I can help you figure something out.